Okay, this is a basic tutorial on how to manage your images for web. So you want to start with a high-res file, usually from the photographer or whoever the resource is. So you can see here that I'm looking at Neil Photo 2 and the file size is 3.4 megabytes, so that shows me that's a nice high-res file. So I open the file up and take a look at it. This is a composition, whereas there was like 5 or 6 images combined together, which is an okay technique to use. Sometimes when you're going from print to web, you have to change your file from CYMK to make sure it's an RGB file, and sometimes the density in the blacks will pick up a little bit, so I just went into shadow and highlights and just adjusted my shadows ever so slightly so it's not so dense looking, because the web is just going to make it look denser. My next step is to go to the image size, and you can see here that it's 300 dpi in resolution, and the file size is over 3700 pixels wide. So when I change this to 72, you see how that drops to 906 pixels wide, and I'm going to say OK to that. So that just compresses my file, and then I'm going to compress it on my final step, which is I go into File, Export, Save for Web, and this window pops up, and I've been you can control the quality of the image with this slider here. So if I'm at 100, I'm all the pixels are in there, and the image, if you're starting off with an image that's not so great, maybe try to leave it there. But I will try to compress this down to 33 at least, because what you'll be looking at is the JPEG file size will be 129.7K. So let me go back up to 100, and you see how that's 794K. So that's a fat file for web. So what you want to do is compress it and try to get it down as low as you possibly can. And you notice here that the image is still holding its integrity. This looks okay for web. And the file, you're compressing your file size down to 78.23. So when I save this, I've already created a folder that says upload, and I'm going to save this image right into there. And I'm going to close my original image, and I'm not going to save the original image. And here's the reason why. Is the original images are in this folder, in this article folder, and you can see that the file size of the original images are pretty fat, and that's the way you want to keep them in case you need to go back later on. And my upload folder is right here, and you can see that my my file sizes are nice and small. So uploading that to the website and keeping that compressed will actually help the load time for your web pages, and that's the way you want to do it. Okay, that's all for now.